for a long time, been at it for a while. So really want this to be successful and are very excited about it. So Marla, why don't you tell us who you are and a little bit about your play?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm Marla Porter. I have a history of depression from when I was a teenager and then in my 40s and 50s. And then with good medication and medical care, I got a whole lot better. And about 8 years ago, I started writing plays. And so I began a creative life, an active creative life. The Austin theater community really embraced me. And my play that's playing Saturday night, called A Universe of Moths, is kind of my homage to the joy of creativity. It's about a depressed, washed up, once famous artist who is brought back to creative joy by her surly 14-year-old art student who also has a history of depression and whose mother committed suicide. So they start out butting heads, but then they come to realize they have a lot more common ground, and hopefully it's got a little bit of a happy ending.
Well, that's great. And it's called
A Universe of Moss.
Okay. So I know that this play you seem to be very prolific. I follow you on Facebook, and it seems like every week you're churning out another play. So what are you working on right now?
Actually, right now I'm a little bit fallow, which is always kind of good, like kind of germinating. And I have a couple of plays in other cities these 2 weeks, one in Philadelphia. Well, actually, it's the same play. It's called Miss Winnie. It's playing in Philadelphia this week and next week, or last week and this week, and it's also playing in Gulfport, Florida, last week and this week. So that's very unusual to have that many plays going on, but it's very exciting, and I'm really grateful that people want to stage my plays.
Well, I saw Miss Winnie at Frontera Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk a little bit about that play? I loved it. It's a fun little play.
Oh, thank you. Miss Winnie is about how humans, tend to be afraid of death because we have no idea what's coming. This is the story of a brand new baby soul who's never been born before and is just as scared of birth as we are of death. And Miss Winnie is the intake. She's the angel of birth, and she coaxes the soul into being willing to be born, offering her donuts and music and all the fun things she's going to get as a person. And so it's sort of like she just helps her go across.
That's great. And the actress that I saw playing that was Kristen Gooch, who is one of the co-founders of Tubu Fest and who will be on stage in 2 different plays this weekend.
She's a wonderful actor.
Yeah, she's
I love
great.
her.
Yeah. And so why is this festival so important?
I think it's important that everybody gets a chance to display their art, especially in the theater arts. There's not that many opportunities for people with visible and invisible disabilities. And it's just a great big sandbox that we all get to play in, and it's so much fun. And it kind of like hopefully helps show the community that, we're all the same. We all want to be creative, and we all want to make art, and we all want to have fun. So I just think it's great. I'm really thrilled to be part of it.
Yeah, it's been getting nice people buying tickets and everything, so we're exciting. It seems like it really is hitting a nerve with folks. So how did you learn about the festival?
Kristen Gooch, who played Miss Winnie 4 years ago, she played her twice actually, but she contacted me and asked me if I would submit a play, and I said I would be happy to.
That's great.
So I did.
Yeah. And what do you hope that people take away from your play?
That no matter how bad things are, especially people with mental health issues, that you can get good care and you can come out of it, and not only become well, but really thrive. Like I would say, I just turned 65, and I would say the last 8 years have been the happiest of my whole life. So that's the message I want to give, that no matter how old you are, no matter how bad things have been for you, if you have mental health issues or physical health issues, that things can always get better.
You know, we do have this, there is a stigma in particular around mental health, and a lot of times it's not even really sort of in the hierarchy of disability. And so I think that you're talking about how, being open about your depression, being open about better living through chemistry, as we like to say, is so vital, and it's so prevalent in our society. Many people suffer from depression, experience some sort of a mental health crisis, and we don't really ever talk about it too much, and feel like we are not allowed to talk about it. And so, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm so grateful to the medical community and to my doctor, because he put me on medication that corrects my brain chemistry the way eyeglasses correct eyesight. And I feel like a completely normal person again, like I did when I was in my 20s between depressions.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I would never have thought it would ever be possible, but it really, really, really worked.
So when you were a young person and experiencing depression, did you also write plays then, or do some writing then to help?
No. Mm-mm.
So this was a newfound avocation.
Yes. I was in a book club that read plays, like we discussed plays, and after about 6 months I thought I want to try writing one, and that's how it started.
You're in very interesting book clubs, too.
That is a very interesting book club. I like that.
Well, you're in one now that reached the classics, right?
Right. I'm a co-organizer of Austin Classics Book Club. It's on Meetup, and we read a book a month. We do a couple of plays a year just because I'm in it and I pick the plays. And because sometimes plays pack a powerful punch in terms of story, and we get really good discussions out of those as much as we do out of reading Dickens.
And how do you get people to read plays? Because a lot of people don't know how to read a play, or they're afraid of reading a play.
Well, we don't really try. I'll just post it that's what that month's book is going to be this play. In fact, the end of this month, we're going to discuss Long Day's Journey into Night. And then we're going to go see it at I think it's City Theater. I don't want to get that wrong. Across the way that same night.
Wow.
So it'll be like a 5-hour night. But we're really excited about it. So we just post the play, and whoever wants to read it and show up shows up.
That's great. Yeah, I when you post, I'm like, I want to go to that, and then I never can. But I think I'll have to start showing up now.
Good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, let's. So, Marla, one other thing I wanted to ask you was that if somebody listening to this said, I really would like to write, but I just don't know how to start. What kind of advice would you give them?
I think my best advice is that every time you have a daydream, you're telling a story. And so if you harness your daydreams and then just start writing them down, that would be a good start.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, that's excellent. Because people say write your nighttime dreams, but once I'm awake, I don't remember my nighttime
I don't either.
dreams. I'm really actively engaged in them, and then they're just gone, which is I'm always in awe of people that can remember their dreams, moment by moment. That's not happening, but that's great. So if you have daydreams, which I know I daydream, write it down, and that's a great beginning for a play. Thanks. So let's move on to